So one of the things that we teach about at the Sandia Mountain Natural History Center is that ecosystems change over time. And about 15,000 years ago or so, the last of these woolly mammoths roamed New Mexico. They were actually found in 28 of 33 counties across the state. So we know that they were around in the Sandia Mountains. So I think it's going to be a good idea to put a little exhibit in our museum about these big guys.
What is that?
That's the rock for our mammoth tusk exhibit. Duh.
So an obvious question might be, where did we get such a giant piece of styrofoam? Well, if you look closely, it looks suspiciously like an iceberg, doesn't it? A few years ago, the museum had an exhibit on the Titanic, and this is an iceberg out of the Titanic exhibit that we are switching over to a rock exhibit in our mammoth tusk display.
So what we're doing is we're using drywall compound. Spread that all over the styrofoam to it'll harden it, making it more durable. And then once we got the compound on there, let's take some rolled up paper towels and add a little bit of texture. So, believe it or not, I don't have a whole lot of experience painting a big giant block of styrofoam to make it look like a real rock. But we're going to try it and see how it goes. So on the rock, we put a base coat of brown, and now we're just going over it a few times with different colors, just trying to get as organic a look as possible. Colors, because these streaks are where water has run down and stained the rock. So that is the method to our madness. You can move the camera. Okay, I'm going up one.
You all right, Hannah?
A little more. Push.
Many of the things in the Museum of Natural History are actually casts. It's much safer to put casts of items out on display. And it just so happens that the museum has an extra cast of this tusk for us to put on display in our little museum. So let's get to work on it.
So we don't have a whole lot of experience painting mammoth tusks before, but what we've done is we put a base coat of gray and tried to weather it a little bit. And now we're going to try and lighten it up with a lighter color. But the interesting thing is, a mammoth tusk doesn't actually have to be any specific color, depending on where they were found. If the soil that they were found is a lot of iron and all, you might find reddish brown ones. If it's in like a peat bog, it might almost be black. And then if it's just found out somewhere where it's dry, you might have a lot of bone. So we're kind of just leaving it up to however we feel like doing it and painting our tusk. So what we're trying to do is make this mammoth tusk look like it's been in the ground for the past 12 or so thousand years, or during the last ice age. And we don't have a whole lot of experience doing that. So we've tried a couple things. One thing we tried was just putting brown paint over our kind of cream colored paint and then wiping it off. Now we're trying a second method where we have super thin paint that I brush in, and then Toby wipes off, and hopefully it stays in just the cracks. And I kind of think a combination of the two things is probably what we'll go with. So I think what we'll do is we'll just keep going and see how it comes out and keep playing with it and make it look as old as possible. Oh. All right, somebody order a tusk.
So we went down to the hobby store and got some fake plants to kind of make it look a little more lifelike. Can't exactly get native plants at the hobby store, but we got the best we could. And the plants go in easy peasy. Now that our plants are installed, we got a few touch-ups and then we're done. We took a quick break and a couple Chihuahuan ravens came in. There's our finished product. Bet you haven't seen a lot of videos on YouTube about fake mastodons and fake rocks. But we thought that would be a fun project to document and show you guys. We will catch you on the next one.